Okay, so in evaluating my writings and taking a fresh look, I've realized that my article is missing the methodology part. Kind of important, you know, I've got historiography, I've got analysis, I've got my thesis. Might help if I had methodology because, you know, we be academics here. It doesn't help, though, that my methodology for why I chose the unit that I chose for this particular piece of writing, it's because I could. My great-grandfather, he was a member of the 189th Field Artillery Battalion attached to the 45th Infantry Division. And so, yeah, that's why I chose the 45th Infantry Division. Okay. You know, my problem is now I have to turn that into something that sounds, you know, smart. There is validity to having chosen one singular divisional artillery unit for this study, to try and include all the artillery, all of divisional artillery. I mean, let's forget just all of the field artillery, because some field artillery was not divisional field artillery, and that's where my focus lies. It focuses in specifically on divisional field artillery. And the 45th Infantry Division in Sicily and Italy is a really good exemplar of how divisional artillery worked in those arenas. So, you know, I could be looking at the 1st Infantry Division, I could be looking at the 3rd Infantry Division. You know, they're going to show similar tactics, similar support of their infantry units. It was a standard in the military, in the army. You had your field artillery units. You had 4 battalions of field artillery to a divisional artillery. 3 of those field artillery battalions would be attached to and directly engaged with a singular infantry regiment. So you would have 3 field artillery battalions that have 105 millimeter artillery pieces, and then you would have a singular field artillery battalion that would have 155 millimeter pieces, otherwise known as long toms. That last is what my great-grandfather was the battery commander for. So this is across the board. For divisional artillery, you're going to see 4 field artillery battalions, 3 with the 105s, 1 with the 155s, and then each of the divisional artilleries, that's how they stack, that's how they run things. Now, occasionally, parts and pieces will get attached here or attached there or attached to the 45th, but ultimately, across the board, it's going to look very similar. And so, if I look at one, the lessons I look at can be mostly applied across, can be seen across the board. You know, they shared the information. What the lessons they learned in Tunisia got turned around and passed on to the 45th Infantry for the invasion into Sicily. The lessons that the 45th Infantry Division learned upon the invasions into Sicily, they turned around and passed on to the 36th Infantry. You know, it was these lessons, there was continuous learning curve, there was continuous sharing of information across the board. So with divisional artillery, I'm not looking to get terribly into the weeds with all of divisional artillery. I'm taking it one at a time. And for the article that I am working on presently, it is the 45th Infantry Division. I hope y'all had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a great day.